Hey everybody, it's Jason Love with Jason Loves Life, and this evening I am was supposed to be, if you saw my last episode, supposed to be doing a podcast, but, or at least, experimenting with the equipment. I didn't necessarily have to have a podcast done, but the hope was to play around with the equipment and learn how the software, and planning on using Audacity, and there's like a software someone recommended called Levelator, and I don't know if that's any good. I also actually purchased some online classes on how to podcast. It was actually included in the big package. So anyways, that's not going to happen tonight. Excuse me. I'm going to actually have to make this video real quick because Everett's, the baby, is sleeping. Well, he's slowly getting to sleep. Luckily, he's quiet right now, so he might be asleep by the time I finish the video. This will be a shorter one. Anyways, so tomorrow, so the reason why the podcast isn't going to happen is because I was supposed to, I shouldn't say I was supposed to, I sold my screen press. So I have a t-shirt screen press. I have video of it somewhere, and maybe I'll post it later. But I sold it. Now, the reason why I sold it was because I don't really enjoy screen pressing. I don't enjoy making t-shirts. Posters wasn't too bad, but I don't know, I just don't enjoy it. Something about like repetitive. I don't like the repetitiveness of it. I don't like, I don't know, there's just a lot of things that can go wrong, which is annoying. I'm considering possibly in the future buying, a nicer one if I start selling a lot of t-shirts, but as it is now, I don't really like sending t-shirts too. That's a pain. So, for a while I was doing some softball team, or actually, one softball team. I did some nonprofit who my friends ran. Actually, maybe I've done a couple teams. Anyways, so I've definitely made my money back on it, but I don't really like it. And I find it stressful. Something about like the digital, where I can when I do digital art, I can control the image very easily. Where in this, it's like, I don't know, the physical world. It's kind of like my experience with raw film. It's fun to like have physically touch the film, but also I have this weird OCD, I guess, about it, where I feel like it's a little bit out of my control. So like when I'm printing, a little thing will shift. Sometimes, actually, so an example would be printing the Man of Magic prints, and over time you end up wearing away. So there's a point where the M in Mad didn't look like the first one, and so then I realized it, and then it bothered me, and so then I had to go through it. I'm like, I don't like, and it's like, what is acceptable, what isn't, and I just, for some reason, when I do it digitally, it's just done, and I can adjust it, and it doesn't get expensive. Like, that's another thing is I got it partially from my father. He worried a lot. He had a lot of anxiety, and so I get that, and I'm like, okay, so I have to redo this. How much is this going to cost me? And so I'm kind of, but I don't really know, and it's really not that expensive because you buy. It ends up being like the chemicals are super cheap. They're expensive, but like per t-shirt run, they're cheap. So the emulsion might be $35. And you're like, oh, I don't want to waste this emulsion, but you're like, okay, you can use it. I actually don't know, but I'm gonna guess at least 30 to 40 times. It ends up being probably, maybe even more. I don't know. It ends up being like 50 cents to $1 every time you run it. So it's like, okay, yeah, you lost $2, but then it's like, I lost $2, but it's like, well, that $2 is gonna make you, several $100s from selling the t-shirts. Anyways, this is turning into a rant. I didn't want it to because I have to hurry up. And basically, I have to like pack everything up tonight. And luckily, the guy who's buying it is his family's going to ship it. So I have my show's in the Chicago area. So I'm going to take a pit stop, drop off the equipment, pick up the check. And also, what's nice is I have a few bills that I'm a little bit behind, and it's not that I'm not. So I have a bunch of clients who owe me money, and they're respectable. I'm not worried about it, but I just, it had been like 2 months since they paid, so I said, hey, it's been 2 months. You guys owe me some money. Can you tell me what's going on? And they're like, oh, we didn't get, the invoices got lost like in transit. And I know they're good for it because it's a school district, and it's a big school district, so it's not like, oh, we don't have the money, because they have millions of dollars. My little invoice isn't going to hurt them. It's more the question of they lost in transit, because there's a lot of, it's got to go down the line, and then it's got to go to this person they sign off to make sure everything's legit. So, I think I hear Everett. We'll give him a second. Anyways, so I'm going to try to podcast tomorrow and hopefully create a schedule. I got to go check on my baby. You guys have a wonderful evening. It's 10 o'clock right now, so hopefully he'll go to bed, and I'll be packing up my screen press. Have a good night.